Hello, everybody. Um, Today is January 1st of 2024, and it's time for my annual reflection on the year that was. So I normally film this on New Year's Eve. I just didn't feel like it this past year, so I'll film it today. 2023 was not a great year for me. In fact, I'd probably put it up there with 2021 as one of my all-time worst. It started off strong. We ended up moving because our old apartment complex, the management was horrible, and then they decided to try to jack up our rent by a humongous amount of money to the point where it just was not worth staying there. So we moved to this much nicer, much better apartment, which was a great start. I was doing well at my job at the time. Things seemed great. And then they didn't. I lost my job because of being trained improperly by Comcast, where I was told to do a certain thing. And apparently that one thing was wrong. And when I corrected it, it wasn't enough and I got fired for it. Then I thought I got really lucky because I got a new job like 2 weeks later, and it didn't go well. I was only there for not even 6 months, I think 5 months, and lost that job because I couldn't make the minimum requirements for sales, even though I was doing literally everything I was told to do. I was told by all my managers I was doing literally everything I was told to do. And it wasn't enough. So I lost my job. And then from there, it took me almost 2 months to find a new job. I did. It was a whole ordeal. And then on top of that, I had a gout attack in my left knee, which caused me to essentially not be able to walk for almost 2 months. I'm slowly working on building strength back in my knees. I've been walking a bit more every day. Well, not every day, but I'm trying to walk a little bit more pretty consistently. So that's positive. But yeah, I mean, it started off strong and then it ended very, very poorly. So it was kind of a rough year. Rough year for in general. My family also didn't have a particularly great year. I won't go into what their problems were, but yeah, they also had problems. Pretty much everybody in my family had problems. So it's not great. However, I try my best whenever I can to look on the positive side. And I think 2024 is going to be a good year. The main reason why is because oftentimes when you're faced with a really kind of bad year, you can only go up from there. 2022 was a better year than 2021 for me. It wasn't amazing, but things started to turn around. Like I started to turn the corner. I got a new job. I was making good money. I was a lot happier. Things were finally starting to turn the corner in 2022, and then until they didn't in 2023. And I think that'll happen this year. My new job, right at the end of the year, like the last couple weeks, I finally started making a few sales, including one I made on my own. Now I'm still in the process of looking at other opportunities because the main problem with this job is the inconsistency. Because it's commission only, I have to make consistent sales in order to consistently make money. And that's not incredibly realistic. I'm going to do my best. I mean, I've made, over the past 2 weeks, I've made at least 2 sales a week, which is good. So we'll see if that can continue, but I don't know if it will. So we'll find out. I am getting better every day at this job, so we'll see if that's enough. I mean, I've I've been taking the stance pretty much the whole time that, like, if I can start to consistently start making money, then maybe I'll stick around. But if I can't, and I find a job with a hourly salary, and I'm able to make money more consistently, then I'll probably take that. So that's been my stance, and I continue to keep that stance, at least for now. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, in terms of the channels, just to get into that a little bit. Great year for BigCTV plays, hit 2,000 subscribers, which is baffling to me, that the secondary channel doubled the main channel in terms of subs. I think part of that is just because the content on that channel appeals to a more broad audience. This channel, even though, you know, I've been doing it for a long time and it has a dedicated fan base, it's definitely more niche because it's like lifestyle blogs and food reviews. So I don't think it has quite the reach that the gaming channel has. So I think that's part of why this channel is kind of stalled out when it comes to content, or not content, but when it comes to growth, which I get, and I'm fine with it. I mean, I didn't start YouTube to make money or to be like super successful. I mostly just started it because I wanted to do it, and I'm okay with that continuing. It's nice that at least I can get some money from the gaming channel, although I haven't yet. I've been trying to release bigger videos, but obviously the past couple months have been a little rough. I'm sure you all have noticed. There was a lot of stuff that we normally do at the end of the year that we didn't do this year. No Holly Jolly Holiday, no Free Birthday Fest. The Yearies are going to be a little bit later on. I don't know when I'm going to film those, but I'm going to do them, just not right away. Brosmas will probably also be delayed. We're going to try to start ramping up more content on both channels. It's just a lot of it is because my job is very time consuming. Because of the fact that I don't get an hourly wage, they want us to work like 10 plus hours a day, plus Saturdays, which I don't like at all. Part of the reason why I've been in the process of looking for other jobs is because I don't like spending an entire day working and not getting money for it. So, we'll see. I've been kind of keeping my schedule kind of strict where, like, I will, even though they're like, oh, you probably can't, like, if you're not hitting your goals, you should work past 6 or whatever. I haven't been doing that. I just haven't been hitting goals. Because one of the positives, I guess, of this job is you can't get fired for that because you're not a regular employee because you're not getting an hourly wage. But at the same time, I'm also not making money, so I don't know. It's a whole ordeal. But yeah, I mean, that's probably the roughest part about this new job is I'm working so many hours and I don't have a lot of free time. So it's tough when you want to do some editing or want to release a video, and I mean, that takes a long time. My computer is not exactly the quickest when it comes to editing and uploading. It can be very slow, especially because I'm doing all 4K content. So I'm trying to, I mean, eventually if I can start making some decent money, I want to upgrade it and get a better computer setup for that. Hopefully it'll process faster. But right now it processes very slowly, it uploads very slowly. Thankfully I did figure out now I don't have to babysit it when I'm uploading, so that's good. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm gonna try to ramp up more content on the channel, hopefully in the not too distant future, whether it's more gaming content or some sort of content on this channel. There's definitely some new food items that I want to try to do reviews of, and now that I'm starting to walk a little bit more, I'm hoping I can get some more content out and about, potentially. So we'll see. But yeah, the goal is to get more content out on these two channels. Thrill Seekers is probably going to go dormant for a little bit just because I don't have any access to theme parks right now. I don't have any passes. I don't have anything. So don't really have a way of doing that. The goal is eventually to get passes to Disney and Universal and maybe SeaWorld. But right now, that's not feasible. So, yeah. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I did want to thank some people, because one of the big things that has got me through this past year is a lot of people have reached out to help in ways that I was not expecting. There were so many times this past year where I was terrified I wouldn't be able to pay rent, or I wouldn't be able to survive because I had no income. And people came through. Whether it was my parents, friends, family, viewers of the channel, real life friends. There were so many instances where I got help when I didn't expect it. So I want to thank all of you who've supported me over this past year, who've helped me get through this very difficult time in my life. It's been brutal, but I wake up every morning, first of all, happy that I woke up, and second of all, knowing that I wouldn't have gotten through if I wasn't supposed to. So I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'm doing okay. And as long as I can keep fighting, keep working to improve, keep pushing my walking ability, keep working hard, and keep persevering, things will get better eventually. So that's the hope, and I have nothing but goals and hopes that 2024 is going to be a great year. So yeah, I know it's not the usual. This is kind of a different style video than what I'm used to for this kind of thing. Usually I just go into a lot more detail, but I actually have to work soon, so I'm not gonna dilly-dally too long. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got this year. It's been a challenging year, but I made it, and hopefully things will continue to get better. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of BigCTV. Bye.